Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for this very exciting announcement. This is another step forward in the long journey to rebuild our economy here in Washington and to help homeowners and families recover from the mortgage crisis that has battered our state and our nation. You recall that in February, I was proud to announce Washington's prominent role in negotiating an historic $25 billion settlement with the nation's 5 largest mortgage servicers. Washington's share of the settlement included an estimated $455 million that banks will provide through a variety of programs to directly assist struggling borrowers in Washington state, assistance such as loan modifications and principal reduction. $70 million the banks will provide in direct relief for borrowers who are current on their mortgage payments but are struggling. $24 million in payments to borrowers who were not properly offered loss mitigation or who were otherwise improperly foreclosed upon will be eligible for a uniform payment of approximately $1,500 depending on how many borrowers respond. And then $43.8 million in settlement funds to be spent directly on homeowner and borrower relief. We're here today to recognize the hard work of our Consumer Foreclosure Remedies Fund Committee. They've selected and I've approved 13 nonprofit organizations or agencies in our state who will split that $43.8 million across 15 very important projects affecting and assisting borrowers in every part of our state. They'll be helped in a variety of ways, from direct relief to counseling to blight improvement. Before we announce our grant recipients, I'd like to ask the members of our committee to please stand if they're not already standing. These committee members included representatives from industries impacted by the foreclosure crisis, such as builders and realtors, lawmakers. We're very happy to have had 4 state legislators involved in this process, and a number of organizations who provide direct assistance to those affected by this crisis, such as the Northwest Justice Project, Columbia Legal Services, and the statewide Poverty Action Network. This committee also included representatives from the military and from academic research, and we were very happy to have our state's director of the Department of Financial Institutions involved. They spent their summer reviewing 54 proposals that requested a total of more than $142 million. This was not an easy task. There were many, many good proposals and suggestions that were made. But they worked very well together, they worked efficiently, and here we stand today to announce those results. I'd like to ask Lily Sotelo to speak on behalf of the committee. She's a senior attorney with the Northwest Justice Project's Foreclosure Prevention Unit. She's here with us today to discuss the committee's deliberation process that led to the recommendations that I've approved. Lily has practiced consumer and housing law for 16 years and has been a legal services attorney for the past 10 years. Lily, thank you so much for your work on the committee, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Please.
Good morning, and thank you for being here, and congratulations to the great programs that have received funding through this wonderful program of the Attorney General's Office. As Mr. McKenna said, this is a tremendous way to extend the relief that was offered to homeowners to many, many more homeowners and residents of Washington who have been affected by the foreclosure crisis. It was not an easy process indeed. The request totaled $142 million when we were really able to give only about $43 million. So it was very difficult to reduce the number of proposals and to focus in on proposals that would help Washington residents throughout the state, proposals that would offer direct legal services, counseling, blight abatement, and I think we did a really good job. I think we worked very well together. We had experts from all the housing fields, and people who I wasn't quite sure would work so well together at the beginning really came together to focus on the needs of Washington residents. The discussions were detailed, and I won't say they were hotly contested, but we really were able to focus on various issues, from statistics to forecasts about foreclosure prevention to when the market would rebound to what the biggest needs of Washington homeowners were. So thank you to the committee members. Thank you for the State Attorney General's Office for making us comfortable and keeping us well fed and giving us something to do over the summer. It was a good process, and I think we made the right decisions, and we're very excited about the future of Washington residents. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much, Lisa. Thank you so much. I've also invited the members of our committee from the state legislature to share any thoughts they'd care to share. We had 4 legislators, 3 of whom were scheduled to be here today. Representative Tina Orwell, Senator Steve Hobbs, Senator Joe Fain. Any of them here? Oh, there you are, Tina. Just come on up, please. Representative Orwell, love to have you share any thoughts you'd care to on this process. And thank you so much for your work on this.
Great, thank you. Well, I was very proud to be part of this process. I'm really proud of our state, between the work in the legislature and the AG's office, for really looking after homeowners. And I really felt that the work of the committee built on the things we've already done, the Foreclosure Fairness Act, to make sure homeowners not only have the counseling and other services, but there's extra tools for those homeowners. So I think the work we did in this committee really complements the work of the legislature, and it's going to help a lot of homeowners throughout the state. So thank you, and I just want to thank the AG's office.
Great, thanks Tina, very, very much. In your press kits and online, you'll find a list of all our grant recipients, including brief summaries, contact information, and quotes, as well as a map of the geographic disbursement of the funds and a pie chart showing how the funds were distributed by category. And that's right now being put up on the screen there for those of you who'd like to glance at it. But it shows exactly the categories, how the money broke down among the categories, such as mortgage relief, outreach, and the rest. And it shows who the recipients are within each of those categories. We've also provided links online to the executive summaries for each project in your news release, and copies of these summaries in your press kits. If you'd like to review the entire application from any of these applicants, please just let us know. We'd be happy to provide that. Now, if you're here as representing one of the recipient agencies, please join me up here up front as I announce your name and a brief description of your project. We've grouped the projects by category of relief, recognizing that many projects offer multiple categories of relief. First category is mortgage relief. The committee provided more than $18 million to 5 organizations who will spend a substantial amount of their grant on direct relief to families impacted by foreclosure, beginning with the Aberdeen Neighborhood Housing Services Incorporated, which was granted $2 million to provide loans to qualified homeowners who have suffered a hardship to help them with their payments. And they will be helping people throughout Southwest Washington with this $2 million. Next, we're going to recognize the agency Homesite, which will receive $2.1 million to provide low-interest purchase assistance loans to help families purchase homes that have already been foreclosed. Next, we'd like to recognize the Lifelong AIDS Alliance, who will receive $2 million to assure housing for borrowers who have chronic special health needs throughout the state. Lifelong AIDS Alliance, a group I've been volunteering with for over 20 years, is going to be helping people all around the state, and it's really a tribute to your statewide reach, Randy and Steve, that you were able to make this proposal, and we're very, very happy to join you in this partnership. Next, Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners, which will receive more than $3 million that they plan to use to prevent 500 foreclosures over 5 years through a variety of projects, including foreclosure prevention loans. And then the Washington State Housing Finance Commission, which will receive $9.1 million for its Home Advantage Rebound Project, which helps fill vacant homes and prevents blight by providing up to $10,000 in down payment assistance to low and moderate income borrowers who are purchasing bank-owned, foreclosed, or short sale properties. And for the Housing Finance Commission's Homeowner Stability Fund, which provides up to $20,000 in second mortgage loans to help homeowners qualify for loan modifications, making their loans more affordable. The next category is legal representation. The committee is providing $13 million to the Legal Foundation of Washington to benefit an estimated 30,000 low and moderate income people who will face foreclosure in the coming years, or who are among the 135,000 who lost their homes over the last 4 years. The next category is anti-blight. We're spending nearly $4.9 million to fund 2 anti-blight projects in Tacoma, Seattle, and parts of King County, including $3.9 million for the Tacoma Community Redevelopment Authority's blight prevention programs in the Hilltop, East Side, and South End, South Tacoma neighborhoods. We're also committing $1 million for the Homestead Community Land Trust effort to purchase 30 vacant and distressed homes in King County to rehabilitate and resell to low and moderate income households. The next category is counseling. We've selected 3 deserving groups to split more than $4 million to fund housing counseling across our state, beginning with the Washington State Housing Finance Commission, which will receive more than $3 million for its statewide housing counseling program. Next, we're very happy to announce that here in Seattle, El Centro de la Raza will receive roughly $600,000 for comprehensive counseling and education services for Latinos in King, Pierce, and Snohomish counties who have been affected by the foreclosure crisis. And then Catholic Charities Housing Services will receive nearly $400,000 to expand resources, including bilingual services to families in the Central Washington area. Next category is training. The committee will provide more than $2 million to Resolution Washington to support the Washington Foreclosure Mediation Program and provide training for volunteer foreclosure mediators. In the outreach category, we'll be granting $1.26 million to 2 organizations to conduct outreach to help raise awareness about available resources and to help them restore their homes and communities. First, $950,000 to the Washington Homeownership Resource Center to continue the statewide foreclosure hotline. And then $311,850 to the White Center Community Development Association to help train bilingual White Center residents to conduct culturally competent community outreach and to connect them with a variety of resources and services. You know, as you look at the pie chart that we put up on the wall, you can see that this committee did a wonderful job of ensuring that families across our entire state will benefit from this portion of the National Mortgage Settlement. Once again, I'd like to thank the committee members, thank all of the grant recipients and all of the applicants, because we know even those that did not receive grants will continue to assist struggling families, even though we did not have enough funds to fund their projects as well. And I'd like to remind all homeowners who might see this message that they don't have to face their mortgage difficulties alone. We've posted step-by-step instructions, including a how-to video for borrowers facing potential foreclosure on our website. We encourage all borrowers who need assistance to call the Washington Homeownership Information Hotline at 877-894-HOME. 894-4663 to be connected with a nonprofit advisor who can help them. Finally, we really need a word of thanks, a strong message of gratitude to the staff of the Attorney General's office who put a ton of hours into this project. Assistant Attorney General Dave Huey, thank you for all that you've done on behalf of homeowners and helping to negotiate this settlement and many before. It's been a great pleasure to partner with you over the last 7 years. Next, Assistant Attorney General Jim Sugarman from our Consumer Protection Division and paralegal Rich Zwicker, who staffed the committee, ran the numbers, and kept the process on track all along the way with the everlasting help and support of Jan Simons. Thanks to Jan, Jim, and Rich. And to Deputy Attorney General Tina Kondo, CP Division Chief Shannon Smith, and Senior Investigator, again, Jan Simons, thank you for helping with this project. It was very smooth. It benefited from outstanding committee members, but the design was Tina's from the very beginning, and it worked out extremely well. So thanks to Tina, Shannon, and again, Jan, for the great work. Really appreciate it.